Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NNN Media. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and today we are going to be talking about Indo American Charity Foundation, the motto of which is "We live here and we give here." And I have two special guests today, and to my right is Mahesh Wadwan, and next to him is Srini. And all our programs or video streams through our YouTube channel NIK NIKAM, where we have more than 1,300 videos accenting our experience here in the United States. We also have a Facebook page which is NANO News Network or NNN Media, where we bring you the latest news, views and opinions from around the world. So let us talk about Indo American Charity Foundation. Gentlemen, welcome to NNN Media, and first of all, give me a one-sentence introduction about yourself, and then we'll talk about the most important topic, which is Indo-American Charity Foundation.
Nick, thank you for inviting us one more time. Thanks again. I'm Mahesh Wadwa, just like you already said that.
Yeah.
I'm in Charity Foundation for last about 4 years, little over 4 years, and serving as much as what they require me or what they drafted me to do. This year, unfortunately, I'm president. Big responsibilities, and we're trying to carry out, and let's see what Srini has to say.
Before he says, you're trying to act politically correct, you're saying fortunately or unfortunately.
Well, let's say fortunately. Let's say I'm fortunate to be a president and fortunate to serve on the board as much as the community demands it. Yes.
Well, good evening, Nick. First of all, let me thank you for inviting us to be here today, and also give us an opportunity to talk about ourselves as well as IACF. So this is Srini with a long last name. So I have been on the board of IACF for over 3 years now, and it has been such a pleasure so far. So let me just start off by saying a famous quote that one of our beloved board member uses routinely. This is actually a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. He says, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others."
Let's talk about what is the mission and vision of Indo-American Charity Foundation.
Mission, you already said that. We live here, we give here. This is the only organization in Houston, I believe maybe in the entire Texas. We live here, we give here. That was the initial start when the founders, who were few businessmen and caring for the community, maybe some doctors, I do not remember all their names, but they thought of, we should do something like every other organization does not do.
Yeah.
That's what the "we live here, we give here" came in. And since it started out, it has been following that. We do have special needs serving if we give it out away from ICF, away from our home, which is Houston. Those are the considerations. Also, provision is already there.
So when was the Indo-American Charity Foundation established?
That's exactly 30 years ago.
30 years ago?
Yes.
So I guess I should guess you're going to have the 30th annual Gala coming up.
That's exactly true.
We'll talk about that. And maybe, tell us about who are your partners in this endeavor?
We do have several partners from the local communities. So we partner with some of the great organizations that are Houston based and Greater Houston based. We also partner with some of the doctors and hospitals. For example, Memorial Hermann has been one of our biggest supporters that we have partnered with in the past. Then we also, as I mentioned, we partner with the Indo-American the Doctors Association,
yes.
and so on and so forth. So essentially our focus is Greater Houston. That is where Mahesh already covered, and you said it very well, Nick, that we live here, we give here. So that's exactly the motto of the organization.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Indo-American Charity Foundation. You are you are watching the Triple N Media. So let's talk about what are the different kinds of activities you have throughout the year.
Good. Three main events. We have the three main events. One of them is, of course, the latest one coming up is the Charity Foundation Gala, where we generate funds and request people to come and support. That's for the fundraising gala. Besides that, we have the other event where we give out to the charities who are deserving charities in Houston. And we support that charities and we distribute the funds to them. It's called Funds Distribution Night. Then we celebrate that with writing checks to charities who will be supporting the people who are homeless or who cannot afford to go serve their parents and all that, and then other charities. That's another event.
Yeah.
Third event we do is also one of the signature events is a walkathon, which is always supported and in coordination with the IDCC and IDA.
That's the Indian Doctors Association and the Indian Doctors Charity Clinic.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, let's talk about, there are a lot of people behind the scenes who are, making this organization survive for more than 30 years. And let's talk about some of the officers who have been working behind the scenes.
Well, working with the scene and behind the scene present, we always have 4 officers in the group every year. President, President-elect, Secretary, and Treasurer.
Yeah.
And we have another supporting which is always needed. See how the funds are being utilized, are collected, are kept in good shape. As Joint Treasurer. And in that case, Joint Treasurer is Srini next to me. Great help.
Let's talk about some of your signature events this year.
So, absolutely. So, Mahesh ji kind of covered, in my opinion, again, we are here with a very defined purpose. So, from that perspective, when many people expect the answer, Gala is our signature event.
Yeah.
However, I actually look at it from a different perspective. Gala is there to give us the means to support our signature events, 2 of which are the scholarships to high school students, which we already had earlier this year, and we also completed the funds distribution that Mahesh talked about a few minutes ago, where we handpick some of the deserving organizations that are very deeply involved in the community service, and we fund them to carry out the activities that they are good at.
Maybe you can elaborate on these scholarships that are given to the students. And it's a big program. And how many students are benefited from your scholarships?
So this year we gave scholarships to about 25 students, and for a total of about 35,000. And we actually coordinate, and going back to your question on the partners, we also partner with the school districts. Right? So Fort Bend ISD, the ALIF ISD. So we go and talk to the superintendents and establish a program where they approach the students on behalf of us, and the students apply through either website or personally. All the deserving students that are in high school go into college, and once we receive the applications, there is a very, very defined and thorough process that we go through to select who is the most deserving. Out of those, we kind of nominate, and there are 2 or 3 levels of scrutiny that we go through. And once we finalize all these applications and who is going to get it, we go back to the superintendents on the school boards and coordinate the scholarship event.
Well, since you are talking about how the selection of these students are made, let's also give out your website, so that they will know where to apply for scholarship.
Absolutely. This is www.iacfhouston.com, and in addition to just the scholarship application, that is not the only thing. You can actually see what the board of directors and the organization itself does. You can see our signature events, you can see what is upcoming, you can see some of the past events and so on and so forth. So that is the best place for you to get started, to know us a little better.
Mahesh, maybe you can talk about some of the organizations that you have supported in the past, besides the scholarships.
The organizations what we support, they're all non-profit.
Yeah.
I Educate USA, IACAN, Gala, and there's another one,
Turning
is
Point.
a Turning Point. They are very highly deserving groups in the organizations. Actually, the initial ones which started out by Indo-American Charity Foundation, initial funds were given to. There is one of them. ICANN is, I believe, another one. And there is another one that was also started up. And they have grown so big and done so well. We still support them. We still support them.
Yeah.
So they're about, I think this year we supported about 14 and 15.
That's fascinating.
Organizations, yes.
It's a
They're
gentleman.
mainstream, they're all mainstream.
It's a gentleman. We are talking about the Indo-American Charity Foundation, and of course they're going to have their gala on October 6th at Stafford Center in Stafford, Texas. Okay, let's talk about, since we are talking about high school students involved, there are a lot of students looking for volunteer work, things like that. Are there opportunities for students to, sign up for volunteer work, and would they get credits?
Welcome. We love to have them. I love to have anyone who like to volunteer, especially the students. They do get credit for their hours spent. They enjoy. Anytime we have the volunteers, they really enjoy.
Yeah. I know you said your organization is 30 years. I was just curious as to how much money has been donated during the past 30 years of Indo-American Charity Foundation's lifespan.
We cannot count that, but it's in several millions.
That's fascinating.
At least over 2 million, and this year alone, Nick, we have donated 287K so far. 200K we gave it to the Houston mayor towards Hurricane Harvey relief efforts, and we donated 35,000 towards the scholarships that I mentioned, and we also donated 52,000 to the charities. So wonderful organization.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to donate money, I guess they can go to your website and donate money. They don't have to wait for a special event.
That is correct, Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Indo-American Charity Foundation, and my special guests have been Mahesh and Srini, and we are talking about all the different types of scholarships and supports that are given to various organizations in and around the country. And let's talk about what else can they find on your website.
They can find on the website all the events what we have. That's one thing they can find. Then they can find on the website what we really do. They can find on the website how people can apply for scholarship. They can find on the website how people can apply for getting grants.
Yeah.
So these are the main 4 items they can do. And plus they can find out, we depend on the overall year how it goes. We do have certain other programs that we do. We give out the health camp. We have an ISF health camp that was done last year and year before the last. This year circumstances did not allow. So we have health camp also in addition to that.
Yeah.
Then we have another program which we do, that we go feed the needy in the students, in the schools. Needy schools, we go serve them to feed a dinner at one time.
That's fascinating. Okay, let's talk about the main event that is coming up on October 6th at the Stafford Center, the Indo-American Charity Foundation Gala. Tell us what's the theme of this year's gala and what people can expect to see.
We talked about 30 years. That's the theme. 30 in charity. We're really looking forward for having everyone to come and enjoy 30 in charity and come up with the big pockets and support that, or create some funds so we can support. If we get support, then we can support. In the charity foundation gala this year for fundraising, we have some special events comparing every year we have. We're trying to create a little bit different, a little bit better, having more culture program in there. There'll be dances, there'll be Bollywood music and dance, which is the first time we're trying to bring in. And we bring in the Punjabi dance, which is everyone knows, Bhangra. We're going to bring on that too. So that's two of the different items we're trying to bring in, besides the other cultural program.
Just to add to what Mahesh already said, one of the things we really look forward for the gala is to give people an opportunity to see what we do. So we
Yes.
definitely invite everybody to attend. Whether you donate or not, we really want you to see what this organization is about and what we are doing for the last 30 years. So as already highlighted, 30 years, it has been growing exponentially. It started with about 8 couples back in 1988. Now it's one of the premier organizations where Maheshji already mentioned that we actually provide seed money for a lot of other organizations that started from really scratch. Now they're very huge, doing the community service very deeply.
That's fascinating. So, ladies and gentlemen, please mark your calendars. It's going to be October 6th at the Stafford Center in Stafford, Texas.
I need to point out to you, we were named as, ISCF was named as one of the 4 pillars of Houston.
That's
One of the 4
fascinating.
pillars of Houston. In our, there was a luncheon with our, I believe, Indian ambassador. Luncheon with him, with the Houston prominent leaders, with our Consul General Ray, Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. I was not able to go. And there are 4 of them. One of them is ours, another is Indo-American Chamber of Commerce. This is one of the 4 ones.
Oh, that's
And it was
fascinating.
really
Yeah.
well recognized by the ambassador.
That's very good. I think, if you really put your heart and mind, I think it will be recognized. So, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And the Gala is going to be on October 6th at the Stafford Center in Stafford, Texas. Please mark your calendars, and we would like to see you there. And we would also like to see you come with your pocketbooks and pens.
So let me just say one closing
Yes.
remark, Nick. So another famous quote by Winston Churchill: "We
Yes.
make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." So please attend our gala, see what we're doing, and then I'm pretty sure you'll be amazed and you will be supporting us through your heart.
Thank you, gentlemen, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. And ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Triple N Media streaming through our YouTube channel, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.